So, as we are discussing about the KVS exam syllabus, like exam pattern, so till now we discussed about English and Hindi, and up to computer literacy we discussed, right? Part 1 and part 2 we discussed. So, now we are going to discuss about part 3. So, here we can observe that. So, here this general English, I told you general English, it is about completely comprehension and grammar topics, and this is all somewhat similar to that, right? Let us have a look at that once again. See, in the general English, so first thing is here comprehension passage, right? So comprehension passage, after what is mentioned there, closed test, it is also similar to that. It is like blanks. So passage was incomplete, like a passage they will be given, but in the middle blanks they will be given, and each blank is provided with 4 options. We have to keep appropriate. So the blanks related to the synonyms, antonyms are based on grammar. In some different cases, like spotting error. So here all the grammar topics will be included. So spotting error also similar to that. So sentence will be given identifying with 5 options. Like sentence is divided into five parts. Each part you have to identify which part is correct, which part is incorrect, like that. So we should identify the error here. Okay, so like that, sentence improvement. So there will be given a sentence, whether the sentence is given grammatically correct, like tenses, any mistake is there, voice and active voice, passive voice, anything is there, speech or anything is, so like that everything you need to verify that. So that is one model, right? And next, so these are all different things about parts of speech simply and tenses. And here we need to improve our vocabulary, like synonyms, antonyms, one word substitution. So whatever it may be, finally, so here general English we can prepare for 10 marks. Okay, so next, as I told, Hindi, so almost like grammar and comprehension, similar to that English also. Okay, so here this one for 10 marks we discussed. And next, coming to that, so English and Hindi, after we discussed reasoning, right? So reasoning and what we discussed, computer literacy. See here what I said, like basics from the computers and somewhat little bit, not more. So 5 questions. So 5 questions from the computer literacy, and general awareness also 5 questions. So as we discussed, like current affairs will be there, and just standard GK like awards. See here, awards and honors. So particularly they mentioned history, general geography, Indian polity, Indian economy, and next general sciences. So it is not a simple thing. So history, geography, like social, completely social, history, geography, polity, economics. And general science, again it includes physics, chemistry, biology, like that. Awards and honors, sports and miscellaneous. So it includes everything. Miscellaneous include everything. So different topics, and national news or international news or whatever it may be. It comes like different about famous people, like famous persons, like who has paid recently, the if they are like famous, it comes under miscellaneous, right? So all this for general awareness. So here 5 questions. So 5 questions, the weightage is very less but the content is more. So the thing is, here we should focus on the part where we will get the more score. If we compare these two, simply see, computer literacy content is less, weightage is 5 marks. General awareness content is more, weight is also 5. So if we compare these two, here definitely you can choose preference for computer. So first we will practice for computers, then there is a time, then we can go for the general awareness. So up to here, like part 1, part 2, part 3 we discussed. So and next thing is what I said. So part 1 we discussed, part 2 we discussed. Now we are going to discuss about part 3. So here part 3 is perspectives on educational leadership. So this indicates 40 questions. So here 40 questions, 40 marks means, let us see what are the 40 questions. So again it is divided into 4 parts, right? If you observe here, understanding the learner, that is the first part, section A. Okay, and next, see section A, that is first part. So understanding the learner, if you qualified recently for the CTET, it will be, I think so, the preparation was almost done. Why? Because here understanding the learner almost like the syllabus which is in the CTET only, like concept of development and its relation with learning, principles and theories. Okay, all the theories which are very most important, like Piaget, Vygotsky, socialization, Kohlberg theory. These all are like concepts, socialization. So next, understanding adolescence. So up to here, the syllabus was already covered in the CTET. Who are qualified in the CTET, for them somewhat work was done almost. Section, yeah, I think so, it will be completed, right? Now let us see what is section B. See here, section B. See, section B is mentioned as understanding teaching learning. Understanding teaching learning, see, theoretical perspectives on learning behaviorism and theoretical perspectives on learning cognitive approach and theoretical perspectives on learning constructive theorem. So all those are, this is also included in the psychology, like perspective. If we prepare for AP TET, all these are there. All these will be covered. The concepts are covered in the AP TET syllabus. Okay, next. So understanding learner, understanding teaching learning. So if we prepared for the TET exams like AP TET and CTET, these two, section A, section B preparation was done almost. Not at, suppose if you are not prepared for the exam, or if you not attempted the exam, then you need to focus once again. So clearly one by one here, why? Because here it is mentioned very briefly only, so it is not given so deeply, just briefly the concept names only given. So those who didn't prepare, they need to revise one by one, chapter wise, clearly. And next, creating conducive learning environment. So here the environment for the student, which type of environment we should provide in the classroom for students, and the atmosphere in the school, everything. So how to create. So there are many things involved. So here the first thing is inclusive education, definition and concept. So inclusive education, again already we learnt in the preparation. This is also considered inclusive education, like different all the types of learners, all the types of students are there in the class. So we should educate everybody. So like definitions and concepts are we can learn. And see, disability and handicap education provisions for children with special needs. So this is also covered in the CTET syllabus. Okay. So section A, B, C. So up to here CTET, if you practice, if you prepared for TET, the syllabus is over. And next, coming to section D, it is school organization and leadership. So school organization leadership means, see, leadership, education admissions in India. So school organization leadership, it is a small topic. It was included in one of the lesson which is there in the perspective education also. That is also included in the TET syllabus. And next, finally, all the syllabus completely here. If we observe section like part 3, which is perspective education, this completely 40 marks. If we prepared for CTET and AP TET very well, then our preparation was almost done. Or else we need to start now onwards. Okay, that is about what is it, part 3. So till now we discussed part 1 and part 2 and part 3, right? So part 3 purely syllabus which is covered in the CTET and AP TET. Okay, now coming to the subject specific, it is for 100 questions and 100 marks. Okay, so before going to that, see, perspective education, see, in this book I just noticed as like they mentioned some concepts briefly. So this book will be useful for those who already prepared for AP TET and CTET, like that already they cleared CTET already. So for them it will be like a revision once again. But those who wants to prepare deeply, for them they need to go through chapters one by one. Suppose section A, see, first one is that understanding the learner. So we need to purchase the books, okay, or else we can follow the like some of the channels in the YouTube, right? So there everything you can learn very clearly. See, so totally we divided the 5 parts, right? So the first thing I started with general English, right? See, general English, what are the things are there here, how they mentioned in simply, but here in this book, see how the index is there. Let us see deeply, who are just going to start the preparation now. So for them this book will be useful. See, common errors means nouns, pronouns, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, verbs, adverbs. So all this, again vocabulary, fill in the blanks, para jumbles. At last they mentioned components. Why? Because all these if we got completely grip, then it will be easy for them. So but we can focus on English. Why? Because 10 marks out of 10, easily we can get 7 to 8 if we prepare well. Minimum 5. Minimum anyone can get 5. Why? Because comprehension is there, and grammar somewhat like we have some of the basic concepts in our knowledge. So we at least 5 we can get, but at most means 8 to 9 chances are there, right? That is about general English. So see, this is the book. And next, second, what I said, English after Hindi. So Hindi, like languages, both are like similar. See chapter wise how they mentioned in this book. See how they mentioned here. भाषा विज्ञान, हिंदी व्याकरण का मौखिक ज्ञान, संज्ञा, रस, अलंकार और छंद, समास, संधि and पर्यायवाची शब्द. So here if you notice, like who are from south, for them it is difficult, like for me. See, suppose some concept there is, see samas and sandhi. In Telugu there are some concepts, so we can once again we go through that again. Here bhasha vigyan, some of the concepts we can carefully we should learn. Out of 10 marks, at least 5 minimum you have to score. So 10 marks for Hindi, but minimum 5 we can score by focusing on some chapters. Okay, so that is about Hindi. Next, so English, Hindi, next what I said, it is the general awareness, right? I said general awareness. Next, so general awareness, see again totally 10 marks, right? So general awareness and computers totally 10 marks we discussed, right? General awareness and general awareness and current affairs 10 marks, reasoning and computers 5, right? So let us see general awareness and computers in one book. So they mention like that. Why? Because for reasoning they mention separately. Current affairs will not be like in book. So we need to, current affairs we need to follow month-wise. See, the first most important thing, general awareness, how they mentioned, just we discussed in the previous book what they mentioned, simply social and general science, right? Just we observed here, what we noticed here, general awareness, what we noticed here, like social, history, geography, polity, all these like simply they have given, but in this book if we notice, so clearly it was mentioned. So this is the book we can refer. Why? Because everything we can't learn like class wise, all the social textbooks, all the, so it's somewhat difficult, right? If we go through one book particularly, see all Indian history they mentioned together. And next, in geography, again geography is divided into 2 parts, world geography and Indian geography. Again Indian polity they mentioned and Indian economics. So this is about simply they are given for general awareness, but here in this book they mentioned like this, general knowledge they mentioned, right? But the thing is, general awareness means we should know the science and social, plus see current affairs are there. So current affairs like awards, honors, sports, miscellaneous, so all these things we should. So this is another thing, right? Next, after that what is it? Reasoning and ability, right? Reasoning ability, sorry. So reasoning and computers, and the first thing is reasoning. See what are the chapters in the reasoning. See they have given here almost 22 and 22 enough, I think so. See here like each chapter if you practice at least for minimum 2 days or 3 days, it's up to you. So series, coding, decoding, next blood relations, symbols. So again some chapters we need to choose here according to the previous exams, according to previous exam question paper. Suppose you see 2018 paper, KVS 2018 paper is there. See general English how it is there. See incorrect words, word phrase, again sentence improvement, like models we will get easily. What are the things we should focus, right? Now what we are discussing for the reasoning, right? So reasoning, which are the topics are mentioned. See like analysis is easy for us, right? So these are the topics which are easily, like a number series is easy, word analysis is easy, and this is here blood relations topic. This topic is not easy, but if we learn it we will get blood it is like comprehension, what we call it as puzzles. So in reasoning we'll call it as puzzle test. So they will give this they will be giving some information, we need to connect each thing. See here X is married to CA, is father is this. So this is like internally relations topic it is, but it is given here puzzles. So both you need to know, then only we can answer the questions, right? Here see only the one question, but the content is given like that. And here the simple, it is coding, decoding is easy. So this is also like similar to that, right? Arrangement, sitting arrangement, all these topics. So if we observe the papers we will get a clarity like which chapters we need to focus, right? See, now in the class, so like that, while preparing, you need to choose the topics which are which topic we need to prepare for the exam, coming exam. Say puzzles we need to prepare, and coding decoding series coding decoding. And just now we noticed, right, what is that, blood relations. And next what, puzzles. So like ranking, this one also we noticed. Directions, like we know, if we observe some of the question papers, like one paper we noticed just now, then we got a clarity the questions from which topic. Similarly, if we observe at least minimum 5 papers, you will get a clarity, so which topic we need to focus more, like that. So this is for reasoning ability, right?